Hi guys, so today I want to show you how to use atmospheres in the techno, and I will show you this in 6 different examples, 6 different contexts. So okay, first off, this is the sketch I'm working, and let's focus on the low end. So what you can hear here is like I have a basic kick and a bass, and I like to add some splashes of, and I would just use a reverb, short reverb, just to add a little bit of space to them. That already creates some atmosphere. But with this one, I actually send it a lot to this reverb, so you can hear that without. So my take is actually, it's nice to have some sound that are really like spacey. So with this sound, we're doing that. Okay, creating the atmospheres further, I have recorded myself just. So I like to add those like rhythmic elements to my tracks, as this already creates some rhythmic atmosphere. Okay, going next, this is my textures. So what I have here, this is a vinyl crackle that I use. It has this warping, beats warping. So this will be original. It's nice, but if we use this warping mode with beats, 16th, and the arrow pointing to the right, we can get that 16 gate going on, and we get additional groove, really subtle going on. So I like that. Then I'm using this, and you can get that rack with our latest instrument rack pack. The link is in the description. And the third layer would be just a small, like a noise. I can't remember what but it has that. I think I like that movement. So together, maybe that's a bit too loud. So I kind of like creating this living environment. This is what I really like. Really, really far in the back. Adding to some rhythmic layers, I would have like really this one. It's a sample, 16 sample, and then another one I have granular too, and I put some drum loop I had, and I just used it, just 2 notes. And I played with some settings, so you can really go random here, play with some settings and see what's gonna work for you. For me, it was about adding some like a random percussive hits. Then we can use this transitional effects, transitional atmospheres that we would use with like effects and the long chains, like long reverbs, long feedback for the echo or something. So I have this effect. So what I would often do is like set a really long feedback. Once again. Yeah, so this is this really nice atmosphere when you have a really long feedback. And then you can automate this parameter. So let's record this over here. Okay, and let's leave it as it is. So we have like moving filter on different effects. Next up will be to use a Granulator to create an amp. So I have this sample. Yeah, so this is Esta Stone playing on the guitar, and I've created with this sample from Granulator this kind of like, I'm using Granulator with the cloud option, and then it creates this cloud of setting, and then I played with some settings, some variation, scanning, and then adding a Tora verb from DS16. I love this reverb. So I think this sounds really nice. So what we can do now with this one is have an alto filter. Yeah, and kind of like have an LFO to create those sweeps. And again, I would record this on a separate audio track and play with like different. Yeah, this is like a living. Okay, great. So next technique would be to use noise. I think noise is very good for using this kind of technique because it gives you this, it allows you to have this kind of like a moving something, like wind. It evokes that wind feeling. So I have this sample called background loop. So let's play it. So it sounds like that, very noisy, and I put it into the sampler. So my workflow is like choose a sample with the noise. Let's bring some deep techno. I'm using Riemann. Maybe something like that. So I would drop it just on the empty MIDI track, turn from simpler to sampler, and then choose some region, like let's say like that, and then sustain mode. So I just play one note and the sound's gonna sustain itself. So yeah, that's already. And then let's use an auto filter. And like that mode. We can actually duplicate it and have another one working in different phase. And maybe like less of this. And let's choose some like a something like that. And then we can adjust with filters. Maybe too much of the resonance. Yeah, so it's just a matter of finding the right sample that kind of gives this vibe, and then like creating this movement from this sustained sound and choosing the right. Yeah, like there's like too many notes here. And maybe just one. Yeah, like with my example, it sounded like that. So in that context, it gives that very nice techno atmosphere, like moving around in a windy manner. And then the last thing is just to add a bit of like a pad or sustained tone, which will work perfectly on the breakdowns or just in the section where you, for example, will drop the hi-hats and then you will like enter this sustained sound. I often say this to my students to add this sustained sound to add tension. So what I have here is I have this pad going on here. It's a pad you can also download from the pack, Ambience Techno pad. So let's play some of the chords. A simple chord. You see there is erosion with a bit of LFO modulation. Without it, it's okay. But with erosion, it just gets that extra texture, extra thing going on. Yeah, and with the drums. Yeah, we don't need much, to be honest. It's just 2 chords. Really subtle. You can just play 1 note, for example. Yeah, 1 note also that do the trick. Or a melody like here. Again, this one is also, this sound is from the pack. So yeah, it's a sustained sound, builds an atmosphere in the composition. Yeah, so it's all up to you which one you would use. I recommend always to have some background thing going on to make a living like a scene, but also have some transitional effects with long feedback. And then either you use a noisy atmosphere or something tonal or something with pads or sustained sound. It totally depends on the context and what you're after, and you got plenty of tools here in this video. So if that was useful, make sure you download the racks, you hit the like and subscribe, and let me know in the comments what kind of tutorial you would like me to make in the future. Thanks, till the next time, bye.